Hi Scorpio, welcome to your energetic weather forecast for the week of October 16th through the 22nd of 2022. So the first card we're going to pull is your internal fiery male outgoing energy. It is the energy that gets you up out of bed. It's sort of like an egoic energy. It's your passions, and like I said, it's the thing that motivates you. And you have the King of Wands. So you may be feeling like an Aries, which is the exact, well, no, it's not opposite of you, but it is an Aries card, so it's a fiery personality. It's a leadership role, and it's somebody who doesn't really listen much to other people. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so there's really nothing to compare themselves to. There's no one ahead of them. They are the pioneers. They are the ones that lead the way and make the way easier for other people. So when you think about the 100th monkey, you'd be the first monkey in this week. This card always gives me sort of a regenerative energy because the salamander really always kind of perks up to me or comes forward. But in this case, I'm actually seeing the lion here, the Leo, the lion. And so I feel like there is a high energy of ego this week because Leo is the Sun King, and so that's your solar energy, your solar plexus, and that is your will. That's your drive. So I do think you'll have a lot of drive, a lot of willpower this week. I do think you can be quite a leader. I know this sounds very strange, but there might be an issue with hair. So I don't know if you're trying to get a new hair look, new hairdo, color, that kind of thing. I don't know that it's a negative thing. I can't tell right now, but I do feel like there's some hair situation going on. So maybe you just want to beautify. Maybe you want to try something you haven't tried before. You know what? I'm going to get another card with that because I want to know if it's a good idea or you might regret it. King of Swords. Well, yeah, that's just another person who takes a very logical approach to situations, but he does carry a sword, so it might be a new haircut. I don't know who I'm getting that for. It could be very specific for somebody. It doesn't seem to be a problem, but it seems to be on your mind. I'll just leave it that. Okay, so leadership, fiery energy, and feeling very solar, feeling very electric, putting your ideas, not even your ideas, but your opinion. That's what I want to say. Putting your opinion out there. I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. And in fact, a bit of the problem with King of Wands or the Aries card is that they speak before they think, and so that might be a bit of a caution for you. Then you have for your emotional, energetic, female, passive, magnetic energy on an internal level, the Four of Cups. So on an emotional level, something could be offered to you, but you have an emotional dissatisfaction, and so you may not even see the offer, or you just really couldn't care less what's being offered to you at this moment on an emotional level. There's a kind of an emotional deep dissatisfaction with this card, and I know he's sitting, but what I'm getting is where you stand. There's an emotional dissatisfaction with where you stand. Now that might be in somebody else's eyes, just the feeling of you don't like where you're standing. And that can be an actual thing, but I think it's an emotional thing. We're talking about your emotions. So it might even be what you stand or how you stand on an idea or an issue. And somebody could be offering you their opinion and you just don't care, don't believe it, are dissatisfied with it. It's usually on an emotional level with cups, but it just could be an opinion, which could cause some emotional situation, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Um, I also have the feeling that you may feel a little drab, that you look a bit drab, or you're feeling a bit drab. Um, I kind of feel like you want to put some color in your life, and especially on an emotional level. It just sort of feels, everything feels a little bit drab. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of have the feeling that there's you want to change your physical appearance somehow. So again, that might be clothes, that might be hair, but I don't know. It just feels to me like there's something you want to perk up. All right, so that's on an emotional level. 4 is about form and foundations. So building a strong emotional foundation is going to be necessary this week. It's kind of like pick an emotion and stick with it, as long as it's not disappointment and boredom. Okay, so on a mental level, you have the 8 of Swords. And this is putting a lot of energy behind not putting a lot of energy behind something. 8 of Swords is feeling like you're in a mental prison, of your own making, kind of like stuck in the mud. You feel like your hands are tied and you really can't see your way out of a situation. But this is usually our own doing because you're putting a lot of energy behind it. Again, this card can also mean sometimes that it's not time to do that you shouldn't put a lot of energy behind a situation at the moment. And maybe at this time you probably shouldn't, because with an emotional situation, feeling sort of wonky, and then with the King of Wands who can be impulsive, maybe it's your inner critic that's telling you that it's not a good idea or not good timing this week to put a lot of energy behind a situation. Then your actual physical and health and finance.